College football is finally back, and Week 0 has arrived, filling the air with excitement, tension, and the kind of energy that only the first Saturday of the season can bring, as fans from every corner of the world settle in. For a marathon of games that stretches from the early afternoon all the way into the late night hours, with intriguing matchups like UIW at Nichols to kick things off, Idaho State traveling to UNLV, Tarleton State meeting Portland State, Fresno State challenging Kansas in a battle of grit, UC Davis clashing with Mercer, Sam Houston taking on Western Kentucky, NC Central meeting Southern, and finally the late-night showdown between Stanford and Hawaii under the island lights. But as entertaining as all those games may be, let's be honest, the real story. The game that everyone has circled, the matchup that has been hyped since the schedules were first announced, is happening not in the United States but across the Atlantic in Dublin, Ireland, at the Lingus College Football Classic, where Iowa State and Kansas State are set to collide in a clash that feels bigger than just Week 08 feels like the true kickoff of the entire college football season. Iowa State enters the game leaning on quarterback Rocco Becht, a confident passer who threw for more than 3,500 yards last season and is hungry to take another step forward, along with defensive lineman Domonique Orange, a powerhouse in the trenches capable of blowing up plays before they ever get started, an abused Cyclone defense that prides itself on toughness and discipline. While on the other sideline, Kansas State counters with one of the most electric playmakers in all of college football. Quarterback Avery Johnson, dual threat star who accounted for over 3,300 total yards last season with his arm and his legs, joined by speedster Dylan Edwards, a running back with breakaway ability who can turn any handoff into a high light reel touchdown, and backed by linebacker Austin Romaine, the defensive enforcer who brings physicality and leadership to the Wildcats. This game kicks off at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock p.m. Pakistan time. And while both teams bring talent, discipline, and motivation, the big question is, who has the edge tonight? If you look at the rosters, Kansas State seems to have the more balanced attack, with Johnson's dual threat ability and Edwards' explosiveness giving them multiple ways to hurt you, and their defense anchored by Romaine has the tools to keep Iowa State under pressure, which makes them the slight favorite in this showdown. However, don't count out Iowa State, because if Domonique Orange can dominate the line of scrimmage and force Kansas State into uncomfortable third downs, and if Rocco Becht can protect the ball while taking shots downfield, the Cyclones absolutely have the tools to pull off the upset in front of a global audience. It's going to be physical, it's going to be dramatic, and it's going to be one of those games that sets the tone for the entire season. And since you've stayed with me this far here, the full Week 0 schedule so you can plan your entire day of football. Iowa State versus Kansas State at 12 o'clock p.m., ETUIW at Nichols at 1 o'clock p.m., ET Idaho State at UNLV at 4 o'clock p.m. ET, Tarleton State at Portland State at 4:30 p.m., ET Fresno State at Kansas at 6:30 p.m. ETU, C. Davis versus Mercer at 7 o'clock p.m. ET, Sam Houston at Western Kentucky at 7 o'clock p.m. E, TNC Central versus Southern at 7:30 p.m. E, TN Stanford at Hawaii at 7:30 p.m. ETA. Jam-packed day of college football from start to finish, and the perfect way to launch into another unforgettable season. So let me know in the comments which game you're watching, which star player you believe will make the difference, and who you think walks away victorious tonight. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more updates, predictions, and highlights all season long.